successful is that we need to get and secure kills. We need to put them at a disadvantage on the respawn timer because it's pretty long, if you guys are familiar with it. And so if we can stagger them, we can stagger their reinforcements, we should have a easy time getting through. I don't want to be overconfident or anything like that, but based off the layout of their defenses, I don't foresee us having a lot of issues unless we can't win the team fight. If we can't win the team fight, then we're screwed. So that's where we really need to shine and work together. So, any other questions, concerns?
Again, remember, if you can't talk in voice, ask an Alliance General.
Could you run through the plan one more time from the beginning?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. So make sure if you're confused about the plan, you're looking at my stream. I'm at Everfall Fort right now.
If you could, when you're going through the plan, I don't want to be too picky, but if you could just tell us like the idea of like how many of the siege at each placement point you plan on throwing down.
Sure.
I just don't want to have my team accidentally throwing siege down when you guys are doing it as well.
And Rand, another thing I noticed earlier, and we have a comment that agrees. We can't see your mouse, or at least we can't see it really well. So just make sure when you're describing it, your mouse. So just know when you're describing it, we need to have a little bit better on that.
Oh, I'm kind of just aiming. Like I can't see my mouse on my screen either. I'm just using my like reticle to point. That makes. Oh, you mean like on the map? Okay. Well,
yeah, on the map. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so this point going down the middle between these, you guys all see these three lanes, right? So the one in the middle is B. The one to the bottom where it says Raven Ridge, that one is C, and then the one to the left by the river is A. So we're gonna come out of this side, the right side. Oh, a second, that's actually a good idea. Let me do that. Okay, can you guys see now? Can you see my mouse now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So this one down here is C, this one right here is B, this one right here is A. We're going to come out the A side gate, so west side right here, when the war starts. Run through the woods here. Get through it. Don't waste haste potions or anything, just run at normal speed, you should be fine. They're probably going to expect us to come at B. Probably around here is where they're going to see us crossing. We're going to want to cross over here. If you have any mobility, like charge, flèche, anything, cross over with that. Get across as fast as possible. We're going to run up here. And we're going to fight them on the point, which is right here. Right in the middle of this road right here is where the point is. So my guess is that they'll come from that direction right there. Because my guess is that they're going to come out of the middle and try to fight us at B. So we're going to pretty much fight them right here. At the 1 minute mark, or 29 minutes is what the clock will say at the top. If we still can't take the point, and it doesn't look like we're just like smashing them, and we're definitely gonna, win the team fight and take the point, what's gonna happen is Ratcliffe is gonna make the call for the two siege teams and the commando team to peel off and follow this road and go to B, which is this middle point right here. They're gonna follow this road right here and go to the middle. At the 1 minute 30-second mark, the rest of the Zerg, if we've been given the okay by the siege, is going to follow. What we're going to do is I'm going to make the call, and on the timer it should say like 28 minutes 30 seconds. If you get confused. But yeah, 1 minute 30. What we're going to do is we're going to fall back a bit, all pop haste potions, and sprint all the way over to B. We're going to just run right through here, all the way over to B as fast as possible. Once the siege is set up over there, we're going to sprint right over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fight on the point here and take this point. And at this point, the Zerg is just going to be pushing. The siege is going to be covering us with repeaters. The commando team, at this point, your objective is not to defend the siege team. Your objective is to flank around and get in the back line and cause as much havoc as possible you can with their mages, their casters, their healers, and whatnot. Just try to, take as many of them out as possible back in the back line, just cause as much havoc. And yeah, so that's the plan. That's the general strategy. And if this fails, then we're just going to continue to push and rotate and push and rotate in similar ways. Oh, whoops. And yeah, any questions?
So the Zerg is going to be the main fighting force, and then you said who's going to be in the back line?
The commandos.
Commandos.
The com-
Okay.
Yeah, so group 10 on the roster. Pretty much all Bloody Heroes guys.
And what kind of weapon users are those?
They're just a variety of things. Great axe, players.
They're mostly melee, and if they're not, we need to either swap them out or we need to have a weapon change. But they're going to be a couple healers, and mostly melee. Their goal is to just cause disruption. Realistically, even if they're not killing people at the rate we would like them to, which I don't foresee happening, at least they're going to make the enemy turn around, and then the rest of the Zerg can push on them. So. Unless there's something. Sorry,
Someone asked about group numbers. I'll go over the group numbers again just so everyone knows. Groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're with the Zerg. You're the ones that are going straight to A, sitting there for a minute and a half, and then popping haste potions and rotating. Groups 8 and 9, you guys are the 2 siege teams. You're going to rotate to point B from A at the 1 minute mark and set up your repeaters and cannons. Group 10 is going to be the commandos. You're going to follow groups 8 and 9 to B, and then once we're established and the Zerg moves over to B, you're going to run in the back line and start causing havoc. Something I want to cover as far as what each group needs to be spending their tokens on at the very start of the game. Try to bring your own health potions if you can, because I want everyone in the Zerg to be buying as many haste pots as they can at the very start. Groups 8 and 9, the siege teams, you guys need to organize 3 of you buying repeaters, 1 of you buying a cannon, and 1 of you buying ammo. The person who buys ammo needs to be the ammo runner. They need to run between the artillery and the base camp and be grabbing ammo and reloading the cannons. Group 10, you know your job. Get in the back line and cause problems. Any questions?
No, I think we got it.
Awesome. And again, if this plan fails, we're going to continue rotating, doing similar strategies. Generally, when we rotate as a Zerg, I recommend if you have haste potions to use them. They're really, really useful. They do break on damage though, so be careful. Health pots are really good. Oh, commando team, I forgot to say this, sorry. Commando team, don't waste your starting tokens on haste potions because you guys are going to go over there with the siege. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get like those explosive mines and kegs and stuff that you can just plant in the back line and just have explosions be going off and, like I said, causing havoc. So
something to, if you guys are unfamiliar with that, which I don't know if you are, but just for disclaimer, the mines can go off faster, but I guess the AoE is smaller, whereas the barrels take longer, but the radius is bigger. We'll trust you guys to figure out what the best combo is for dealing with what we're going to be dealing with. Again, we don't really have any, secret spies or anything like that to know what they're going to show up with. So just, kind of anticipate anything.
And somebody asked, where do you buy haste potions? For those of you that don't know, maybe this is your first war. There are 2 vendors inside the base camp when the war starts. I'll show you exactly where they are because you can see them in here. One of them sells like the haste potions and explosives and stuff like that, and then one of them sells all the siege equipment. So at 8:45, you guys are going to get teleported in here. This one right here. Armory, this is where you buy all the explosives and potions and stuff. This one over here, siege supply, this is where you get your ammo and your siege weapons. You're going to start the game with 50 tokens, buy as many of your assigned resources as you can, and periodically through the war, you're going to generate more tokens, and when you can, make sure you're buying more when you get in here. Like, when you res, maybe run in here, buy some more, and then go back out. Don't be sitting on like a couple hundred tokens throughout the war and be like, yo, why do I have no potions? So, that's a good question though, because I know this is a lot of people's first time.
Hey, Telray, I think GX is one of ours, and he's up there.
Okay, let me.
And I can explain the plan. I think he's part of the Zerg, anyways.